In this video, I'm going to show you one of the capability of Google Apps Script. Google Apps Script is primarily used for office automation. If you are working for a big company, they use the G apps. You can do many things with the Google Apps Script. Today, in this video, we can see how Google Apps Script can help us to build a website which can publish some information. As you may aware, Google Apps Script is a free environment and zero downtime. All time available. That's one of the critical feature, right? If you publish any website. Um, so in addition to that, the core is I'm going to present how to publish a website using the Google Apps Script in a free environment, and also going to show you how Google Apps Script can help to parse XML files. Okay, so as additional capability, I'm going to take some of the news feeds from the news websites and take the XML from in a real time and publish that as a news website using the Google Apps Script. So this is just an idea to show the capability, but in your business use case you can see maybe you have a thousands of XML files in your drive, or some FTP, or some of your other application may stream the XML content that you can stream and show them in the website. Okay, so the use case could be any. Let's focus on the capability of the app script in this environment. Please open your Google Drive and go ahead and click a new and then Google App Script, and it will create a new environment, something like this. All right, and this is like any other file in a Google Drive. You create a spreadsheet, a document, you upload some PDF document. Likewise, the Google Apps Script is nothing but just another file. Okay, but it is a purely scripting environment. Okay, so here let's say news publishing or publish news. Okay, that's a my file name. And here let's see how to build this. All right, let's let it be the function, and now try to understand how we can, or where we can pull the XML. So in my use case, I'm going to pull the XML from some of the news channel, but in your case you can find wherever you wanted to pull. Okay, say here let's do like pull XML feeds. Okay, right, like let's go and find some news feeds, and from there we can construct our website. I'll use the Chrome browser, RSS feeds or news feeds to search, and there are many news sites publish the RSS feed. Just go here. They publish a news by various categories like business, cricket, sports, science, environment, or something like that. In our case, maybe we will look at the environment. If I click, I'll see something like this kind of XML. Okay, assume that this is the XML I'm going to publish as the human readable uh, website using the Google Apps Script. Please note this. This is a use case. What we can do, just copy this, go to your website, to type it something like const URL equal to paste it. Okay, if you go to the Google, if you find the Google App Script reference, I just paste here in the code itself. So let's say it will be useful for you. Google App Script XML, Google App Script XML. See, so this is a path. Just go to this path. You will see how to pull the XML and get it. Okay, just copy this and go and paste the the particular method. Let's keep it like that. Okay, let's, in this case we'll pass the URL, and let's remove this. The URL what we are going to pass, assume this is a URL we are going to pass, right? it will pull the content and it will parse it as an XML document, and then it just find the root element. From the root it get the child of channel. So in our case, let's go ahead and find this particular XML and see how it is getting constructed, so that you know, you see this is RSS and channel, and it got some title, and then it got some description, of course, and then it starts with item. So which means item is an array which got every news, right? So the every item here you see, it is actually you know the news. All right, that's what we are going to take. In our case, let's copy one of the entries so that it will be easy for us to refer in our code. Just go and put it here. I would say, I mean, just for our own reference, until we complete the code. It's not that easy, right? So anyway, RSS and the channel starts and it goes up to the end, I guess, and then there is a title. Okay, let's see how to take this value. Okay, see whether Google Apps Script support export, something like that. That's even easiest way you can go ahead and get it. But here it's the simple navigation is what we are getting here. Let's go ahead and define RSS example title. Okay, so how do we get the root element and get the child of channel, right? This is a channel, under there is a title. Okay, so here I'm going to anyway build a JSON, that is equivalent XML equivalent to JSON here. So what we can do, let's say where data is going to be JSON. In it I'm going to add the under the channel we have get the title element, from the channel element get the child of title, right? That's the way it is constructed, channel and then title. Okay, so we got the title. What we can do, just go ahead and put the title in the JSON. I'll tell you why I create the JSON instead of XML, because I'm going to use some the template engine, which means the JSON and the bootstrap template will be interpolated into the news channel. Okay, so I'll put a title here, and then after that it takes the from the channel it calls the children. Okay, so that's from the channel it takes um, the item. Okay, it pulled the item, so every item got some kind of element into it. Okay, let's go ahead and remove these things. Now it is not required. So item got title. Okay, so now what we can do, in this data we can go and put something like news. Okay, news can be a array. Okay, in it the item is going to be like this. Here they said that when you get the child, in order to get the text you need to put it something like that. Okay, then the title we are getting from the XML, and then we take the title from there. Okay, then in the data we put one of the array. So here I don't think we need to have a separate variable, it's not really necessary. I remove it. Okay, I'm not sure why this is showing some dot, but nothing wrong in it. The data title is this value, data news is this thing. Okay, it is reading the item got a title and it is going by loop. What we can do is, let's go ahead and put this into and push this JSON here. News, let's say let news equal to one JSON. In it, let's collect the title is the title dot content. Okay, and then a category, are we going to display the category? No, we are just okay with the description, and then there is a link. Maybe let's see whether some images are available. Maybe in this case, they have the description itself got some image. Let's see whether we have some, fancy content here. So they have image, and image got enclosure. The enclosure has some kind of image. Okay, just go ahead and see whether this is a really an image. Yeah, it's a beautiful couple. Okay, what we can do, so the category, I think we can leave the category because category is not there. Let's remove this. What else we want? We need the description, and the description is really what, hold the overall text. Okay, so let's get the description and get text. All right, let's remove this. Once you get that, you push the news into the news array. Okay, so okay, here there is a two semicolon. That's the reason it was, showing double dot, I guess. Okay, we can anyway deal that later. So we push the every news, right? Just go ahead and find out, are there anything else we can take? So title and the description got some kind of image in it, and then in addition to that, there is a publication date which you may take for sure. um, and everything got some image also. Here the issue is, in the description itself they given one of the image. Okay, and they given a separate image also. Let's see whether we can, use this. Okay, pub date and okay, let's take the pub date, pub date, and use the pub date. Okay, and then we need the thumb, thumb, I mean the poster image. Okay, we are going to get the child of enclosure, and that is going to, let's see, we need to get the attribute of, okay, attribute of what, we need to get the URL. Okay, yeah. So now what type of JSON we have gathered from this XML? It will be something like this. Okay, it will be title, and let's say um, entertain entertainment news, something like that, and it will have a news as an array. The array will be, okay, I'll zoom it a little bit if you can't read this clearly. I'm sorry, the screen, I should have noticed it already. Okay, here there will be another JSON, something like a title, let's say celebrity blah blah blah, and there will be a description, and some description about it, and date, right? Oh, we can put a pub date. Okay, some date would be there. Okay, some date. I'm just telling you some format here. Okay, and the thumb, and it will have some URL. Okay, so then this will keep going as a multiple item, as many as we have. If this is not really clear, I'll go and do this JSON format. That will be easy for you to understand. Okay, yeah, this is a JSON we generate out of this given XML. Okay, now we, so by calling this method, I'll call it like fetch feeds and parse as JSON. Okay, just keep the name the way you wish. Um, so here we do this. It's not really necessary the additional function, but let's see. I'll tell you anyway. So pull XML. I'll tell you this. Okay, we'll use this in a different way. Okay, now the primary part is that in the Google App Script. Now we so far looked at it, how to pull the I would say that the XML and how to read it. I mean, we just covered simple how to get the attribute, how to read the text. See, please note that if you want to pull the content from a site and you wanted to generate an XML, you can generate XML also. Okay, I mean, many people think that XML is really in a plain string which I can concatenate. That's not really a good idea. Whenever you wanted to generate XML, use the XML document object model in order to construct the XML. That's the right way to do. Okay, so this example is how to create an XML. You can pull some content. You can generate XML yourself. Here I'm pulling some of the XML. I'm constructing it as a JSON because I'm going to publish this XML content as a HTML pages. Okay, so how can we do now? Um, so in order to publish, we need to have this is a special function in the Google App Script. Just go ahead and paste it. This do get is, I mean, most of the developer, um, there is a get method, post method, put method, something like that. This is just one method, like do get. It is going to serve for any website. Okay, the E is nothing but just a parameter. Okay, so I will just copy paste this one also for your reference. If you are going to try this, I would really recommend you need to try this. This method talks about how you can get the parameter from this. For example, you are going to say here name equal to um, John, something like that. Okay, you are going to pass the query parameter. The query parameter also you can get it here. Okay, so here we are going to send the E will have parameters. I'll talk about, so we'll let's remove this because let's understand here when we E dot parameter, it will give the JSON something like this. Okay, and anyway, this is what the original query params. When you get the parameter, you will get each of the item. Okay, so we'll talk about it. For now, just keep it like this because I'm going to tell you how we can use it in a different way. Okay, so here in our early tutorials, I have presented how you can read the XML, correct? For now, let's go ahead and get the bootstrap template for us. Okay, bootstrap. Let's go and get this started. Okay, it's not. Let's go ahead and get started. I just need the one XML template. Sorry, the HTML page template so that I can render this page little with the little cosmetics, maybe looking nice, something like that. Copy this, go to your code, click plus, okay, generate HTML, let's say template or page, that's fine, template or home.html, okay, just paste it. We have now pasted the HTML. This is a spot we are going to generate some content. All right. So what we can do next, we are going to read this content. I mean, we are going to read this HTML into our code, correct? How do we do? Let's go ahead and find that create template from file. Okay, just go ahead and type and enter our name. It is what the file we created, home.html, isn't it? Then what we can do, get raw content. Okay, which means this line is going to read this HTML and give the plain text, like whatever the text we have, we will get it into the variable. Okay, const template, whatever. Okay, so please note that if you are writing any code, keep the template, the view template separate and your business logic separate, because that's the right way to keep the separation. Okay, so now we have a template ready. From this template, we are going to create the output. All right. So in between, what we need to do, we okay, here let's call this. I mean, why should I really go something like that? That I'll tell you. This method is really not necessary. It doesn't hold anything really. But I have some idea to tell you. I'll come back. Okay. So for now, let's keep it like that. Okay. Just call this method. Okay. it will go and call this particular method. This will pass the URL, it will pull the HTML, and it will generate the JSON, and finally it will return the JSON. Okay, so now we are going to return the same back to the this particular function, const data equal to. Okay, so now we have the content here. We are going to, this is a JSON, this is a template. Now we are going to interpolate. Before we interpolate, let's go ahead and do right here. Okay, before that, I'll introduce the mustache. I mean, this is one of the very simple, very simple logicless template, very simple template, which will help us to, for example, if this is my string and if this is my data, when I interpolate, I will get the output something like that. I mean, this is a concept where every program has some kind of string interpolation method. I like where you can keep the template away, data away, and you can merge whenever you want. Okay, so I'm going to use this particular library in my Google Apps Script. See, Google Apps Script is really powerful, built by Google. You can bring many JavaScript library there. Okay, so how can we do? Mustache into Google App Script. You search something like that. Somebody would have written and posted this as one of the library. I maybe post a separate video how to build a library for Google App Script. So here, just copy this as a ID of the library. Okay, just find in the Google, you'll find it. Go here and click library and just paste the script search. Do lookup. It will show that this is actually mustache and version 2. Google will always give the latest one. Click add. Okay. Once you add, you wanted to, I mean, if you like to refer this particular library, definitely you can go ahead and refer on all those things. See, the simple line is they presented here. So you need to say mustache render the string comma the second argument is a data. Okay, the view data, they pass it here. Likewise, what I'm going to do here is that's it. Okay, maybe I'll put instead of constant, I'll put a let because I'm going to reuse the same. Okay, here this is my string, right? The whole HTML file string is in this template. It's not a view. I'm going to use a data. Okay, now the string will be interpolated, that I'm going to create HTML output from this string. That's it. The website is almost ready. I'm going to run and I'll show you shortly. Meanwhile, let's go ahead and do, we all know, right? See here, we are passing the data. The data is in the structure of this, correct? So then here, I'm going to tell you that I wanted to put the title here. See here, you wanted to, instead of this, you wanted to say title, news, something like that. You can always do whatever the fancy stuff. Okay, you've done it. And how can we really render our data? That's a really cosmetic part. Okay, just go ahead and find some kind of fancy stuff. Let's say card or grid or something like that. Okay, or a typography. Let's use, can we use this method? So yeah, like this is an image and this is a text for it, right? So this is image, under there are links. Let's use this. Maybe we'll use for some reason here. So what we can do, just go ahead and copy this, go back and paste this HTML snippet here. Okay, so there is a SRC. We will come back how to render the image here. You all know, right? We have the, from the JSON, we have the news of, I mean, news is going to be the array, right? Then how do we do? Before that, if it is an array, put hash before and do this, and at the end of it put a slash. This is a mustache. Okay, so under news, you see, I mean, let's copy one content so that it will be easy for you to further reference. We know that this is a title, right? Under the array, under the news, there is an array like this. We are going to present the title like this. Okay, and then the card text going to be the description, isn't it? Let's remove this. description. So there are some link here, and I think I can remove this. This is okay. Here what we can do, maybe we can put it something like the another one where we can show the pub date, right? But before that we can put a small tag. These are all plain HTML tag. Google can render it nicely. Pub, published date, or simply put a date. That's more than enough. Okay, so again in this data, if someone wants to go and look at the source of it, right, the source of the thing, here you see in this there is a link data, correct? If someone wanted to really go and read the entire link, we can give the link also. So how do we do? So in this case, let's go ahead and click, and I can give a, let's say, read more, something like that. It's just a text. However, here we are going to give the link, but the link should open the new tab, right? These are all the regular HTML thing I'm talking about. Okay, so I added a link. You remember we did not add the link, right? So what we can do here, link, and what is actual tag? It is a link, right? Take the link, and it's a regular text, not attribute. Okay, the link, we got it. You go back to the template, everything ready. You see there is a thumb which is really showing the icon. Okay, and now we done, right? Here this is alt, it is accessibility. People with some disability, they really need to understand this, so better you give the title here also. So after this you may format this document to keep it nice for yourself, because code formatting is very very important subject. So this is a title and this is an array. If you wanted to really put some kind of additional cosmetic, you can always do. Cosmetic stuff I'm not going to refer. This is pure HTML. Google will really translate them into the site. So whatever you wanted to do, really, like a CSS or a JavaScript, anything you can do. Okay, just saved it, and we done. All is done, right? So can we go ahead and publish this? It's a pretty 2 steps away. Go and it's already saved. Okay, go and deploy. Okay, before you deploy, you wanted to test the deployment, still you can do, not an issue. Let's go ahead and new deployment. Okay, please select a deployment type. It's a web app, because I'm saying there are many capability with the Google Apps Script. So today focus is a lot about parsing the XML and publishing the website. Okay, I would say that the description, publish news. I mean, it's up to you. You can give the whatever the need, and then who can access? Anyone. Okay, say deploy. You can authorize. Say okay. That's it. Your website is ready now. Okay. Please make sure you keep the copy of this, because for every deployment it will give a new ID, because it is even also maintaining the version control. Okay, copy that, just go and paste it. I always find the error at the beginning stage. Okay, you see our website is now completely published, right? You know how this works. Okay, it is the title and it does something, and okay, these are all cool, but unfortunately the mustache is interpolated the values. Let's go ahead and fix it. Okay, here what we can do in this scenario, we should, oh, here it's not a date, right? I'm so sorry. We should have copied what? The pub date, isn't it? See, in a mustache, if you look at this example, all the tags are translated as a LTBT. I mean, if you go and look at the view source model, you can see that the HTML is actually transformed as a tags. So that's the reason it is appearing as a tag instead of rendering the design. Okay, for that mustache gives the option where if you find any HTML tag, you can keep a triple brace, so it will transform as such. All right, so now we done a change. Let's go ahead and check once again. So the title is okay, the card is okay, and if you wish to render this is in a center alignment, you can really do center. I mean those cosmetic work you can definitely do. You can go ahead and like div, or you can keep it like a center or something. Okay, um, I mean before the div, right? Div, and I'm going to put a div on top of it, and in this div style margin left auto, margin right auto, auto. That's fine. Okay, so again save it. You go ahead and redeploy. Okay, so deploy. I mean, if you want to really put a version control, you can always put a new version, something like that. In this case, I'm not putting a version. Okay, just deploy, and when you deploy, you get the new URL. Copy this and just paste. Sorry, I put enter. You paste this. Okay, something wrong because we updated the code and all. Copy, paste. Read more really take me to the actual site. That's look perfect. But however, why the images are not appearing? What is the problem here? Okay, just go ahead and find. Let's understand the issue here. Okay, so if you go to the XML here, this is the title. The title is a text, and there is a link. There is an image also. The URL is really open to anybody. Why it is not working? Let's go ahead and find what the issue I've done. So the child of enclosure, right? In that I'm getting an attribute of URL which is called thumb. Am I thumbed? Okay. So then, I mean, everything looks okay. Then what is the real issue? Can you just go ahead and find out? I mean, do the right click. You can do the inspect element and everything. Okay. In my case, okay, inspect and check what is the issue. Div and okay, H5 the card title. Okay, the text is really coming out as a text that we can find out. Okay, the alt is okay. We really put a oh, the title itself got a img tag, right? That is really not okay to me. I'll go and clean it up. That's fine. I can definitely clean now. And text okay. This one is okay, but why the image is not appearing properly? We added an image like this, right? Um, so in our formatting, we did something wrong. So every card, there is an image, but the image, see, it got something like this. Okay, I think the way we read the content is something wrong. The image comes with a lot of additional text, and then the body got the actual title and then the description. Update, and the description really looks empty. Why? Code and find the description from here, and maybe in this case in the okay, I'm sorry, here you see how bad it is. I haven't copied the description. I'm sorry. Let's click this. In the title, you see they added the title along with the one basic image, right? Can you just go ahead and remove this image because there is an image separately available also, okay? This one we need to really see, okay? Let's go ahead and remove this. How can you do? Let's go under dot replace. It's a ES6. Google supports all the JavaScript functionality as is, okay? How can we do? I'm going to write a regex, okay? Not of close bracket plus, okay, replace with nothing. Okay, I'm just doing the find and replace of with the regex. This is the regex in the JavaScript. Not of I mean start with the less than, or in other way you can put a img. That would be right choice because I'm trying to remove this particular one. Okay, so remove and not of close bracket plus close bracket and g. Okay, this time it should be good. But here there is a problem. The get child enclose. Can you just print out, because here you see I'm saying something like instead of href I'm getting something like this. So this is something wrong. Okay, so we get a attribute. I think something wrong with the code that I've written. Let's go ahead and find out how to get the parameters. Okay, sorry, from the XML. So the children, let's see, anywhere they discussed about attribute. Okay, here they talk about the attribute. So here get the root element children person, the attribute and the get value, right? I'm sorry, when we get the attribute it just gives the object as is. Okay, here let's go ahead and get value. Okay, we done now. Can we deploy? I think all is good, right? So as I told you, I'm not talking about any fancy thing here. So this looks okay to me. Go ahead and do the new deployment, and let's say version 3, click deploy. You get the URL. The URL can be copied, and you can just go ahead and if you have any domain like GoDaddy or whatever the DNS service, like a domain service, you can go and add this as a CNAME, and you can have your fancy URL name, and you can set a redirect so you can run your own news website. Okay, you see, this is cool, right? So this is a news, and this is from a title, and the title, the body of the image. We can set a size and all, okay, the max width, something like that. And I mean, this does not look fancy, but that is something you can manage the way you wanted to, control this. Because the problem is, so we removed the image, right? But still the regex has some issue. Okay, here we done the replacement. The new start title, equal to replace the img not of close bracket plus and then close bracket g. It's supposed to it should remove definitely. um, I'm not sure why this is appearing here as well as in the bottom. So when we take the title, it is under the description, not under the title. Something really not okay. Remote. Okay, it's done, right? So this particular part we really fixed, and you can control. I mean, the size really the problem here, because they mentioned some of the size here. Okay, not really. Okay, we can control those sizes. All right. Um, okay, okay. This one we removed now. Okay, cool. Um, so what should I cover next? Okay, here assume I wanted to give the parameter, so I wanted to pull different news. So you remember initially we went and looked at there are variety of news, right? Can you go ahead and find the science and technology and maybe world news, sports news? Okay, so this time just click this copy. Okay, what I can do here is, this was the reason I told you we can have something here. When I call, I'm going to send the e dot parameter dot or category. Okay, so the category is going to be passed. The category is really the query parameter. So here going to be category. Okay, here I'm going to really build some JSON. Okay, um, const news category equal to like this. Maybe you can put it like what? This one is enter ta sorry entertainment. Okay, for the entertainment we have one URL already here. We have sports. Okay, where is another URL? Oh, sorry, I did not copy this. This is for sports, right? This is the sports. This is for entertainment. You can stack not only this side, any URL, any feed you can create. So from this JSON, the map, I'm going to call the particular URL query param. I'll show you how it works. I mean, in this case, instead of calling this, here I'm going to say um, something like category equal to sports, then it will pull the sports news. If I type something like entertainment, it will pull the entertainment. Please note that I'm not talking about only this particular site. You can go and find out any RSS feed, but as long as that particular format is remains same with the element, because RSS has some flexibility and there are versions. Okay, this is a 2.0. So if you look at some website use 1.0, the some of the elements would be little different. Okay, so for the sake we can just go ahead and do little signs. Okay, copy this and come here. So here let's see signs. Okay, paste here. It's enough for the concept. Okay, we have a different variable, I mean configuration. These are all going to be a parameter. So when I call the category going to be the parameter value will be either one of this, and Google now will pull and render for me. All right, just do save and go and do publish. Okay, version 4. Okay, see, if you think that you wanted to share this only to few people, you can definitely publish, and you need, when they hit the URL, it will ask to log in them into the Gmail in order to open the website. But if you wanted to set I mean you wanted to let this to the world to open, you can give this and go ahead and deploy. Now almost we have everything. Copy this, sorry, close this, copy, go here, paste, right? You all know we mentioned what? We mentioned the category going to be the query parameter that is going to have either one of this, right? So here type something like category and entertainment. Hit enter. Okay, you see, it's nice, correct? I mean, this looks not really that great, but you can go and do whatever the cosmetic stuff. But overall, this looks what the code intended to. Please note that this website is always free by Google. Okay, 100% uptime. That's something called a serverless environment. And even you go ahead and open this in your mobile environment, you can have some mobile responsive code, and you can even open in your mobile. It will look much nice. I mean, you can go ahead and improve this cosmetics that will appear good. Okay, so what other thing we can do? Can we go and open the sports? Sorry, I did wrong. I should have. Okay, you see the sports news are coming. And what else we can do? The science, right? Okay, you can click it and the science related news will get loaded. I mean, I'm not talking about any SEO stuff, discoverability stuff, the schema, blah, blah, blah. But in this video, I hope you understand how Google uh, Google Apps Script can help you to build a serverless environment where you can stream XML content from anywhere, from maybe a drive or from your own application or FTP location, or you can even connect a JDBC database driver, pull the content, and nicely format the output and publish the data. Okay, so as you see, this is completely running on serverless instance and always free for you. So I hope you really enjoy this watching, especially understand the capability of a Google Apps Script, especially for a learner, the JavaScript learner. They want to really hand-on, uh, you know, get hands-on with some kind of environment, the deployment and all those things. You wanted to get away from that. Google Apps Script is a really perfect environment to get started and learn something. Okay, and at end of it, as usual, please raise any of your question in the comment section. I would be happy to help you. If you wanted to know more about how to integrate ChatGPT with the Google Apps Script, or Slack with the Google Apps Script, or Telegram with the Google Apps Script, there are the limit is there is no limit. Okay, you can do anything with the Google Apps Script. Not really enterprise grade applications. You can, but as an architect, I can't recommend that. But any office automations, you can definitely use Google Apps Script. Thanks for watching. Bye.